It's official. Shay stays. Alright, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe, because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to take a look back at the game at the weekend of Leicester and also during the week against Cambridge United. Two impressive victories, and we're also going to be having a look ahead to the game at the weekend, which is obviously in the title, which is why you've clicked on this video indeed, to talk about Manchester United for the early kickoff, the first game of the weekend, which we're very excited to do and chat with you about. But before we get onto that, we do actually have a sponsor for this tonight's episode. Look at that, an actual sponsor. We're proudly sponsored by Fanslide, the world's first in-game, in-app, in real time fantasy football game. So don't just watch the game, play the game. Please go and have a check out. The link is in the description. So click on that link and go give them some love, because they showed us plenty of support. And I'm sure you'd like to support any companies that give us support. So we really do appreciate that. On Monday evening, when we actually had the game, we did the Man United game. It ended 2-1. I came second in our table, in the Matchday Vlogs table. And bear in mind, at one stage I had -8. So to come second in our little league.
Pure tactics and management from you. I don't know how you saw the change in the game coming, but you absolutely smashed it towards the end of the game.
I did indeed. And also, the person who came first in our table also won £5 on the global game. So congrats to whoever that was. There was a £500 prize pot on offer on the Monday night game.
He was Slide Away. That was the name. Slide Away. He was so close. He was first for so long. In fact, that was more interesting than the game. It's surprising,
It was.
I was more interested in Slide Away.
It was indeed. So go and check that out. The Fanside link is in the description, but go and check it out. It's a lot of fun. There'll be games going over the weekend as well. Our next watch along with the Fanside app will be Thursday next week. I think Thursday or Wednesday. I should check this. But it'll be the Liverpool versus Newcastle game, because the Liverpool one's really fun because they're not performing very well at the moment. So anyway.
And big teams like Newcastle, they're gonna do business.
Annihilate them. So indeed. So go and click on the link in the description below, and use that to download the app with, and show them plenty of support. Right then. As always, let us know where you're watching the show from. Welcome to everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've actually just literally come back from holiday, and I say just literally, I walked in the door 16 minutes ago.
He's professional, and
I don't know what I'm expecting.
I was here hours before, sat in the green room. We are actually in the same place. This is just a very elaborate set, and I didn't know what was going on. But usually we have to be at the ground 9 hours before. I don't know if you've ever seen the vlogs, but it takes a lot to set that up.
Indeed. Welcome to everyone in the chat section. Watching from Reno as always. Is that Reno as in California, Reno?
Is it Nevada? Is it not Nevada?
I don't know. Is it?
I think
that's
so.
Not really, that's not really that. From Costa del Sholing. I love that. That's my favourite one so far. Superb. So let's have a quick... I've still got that banner up. Let's have a look back at the Leicester game to start off with, because I think that's one perhaps worth looking at. I'm impressed with the second half performance. I was watching it on my phone on the way down to the southwest of where I've just been from. And to be honest with you, the first half, I was thinking, we get to halftime 0-0, I'll be proper happy with this, because there was a lot of early pressure to absorb. And I thought Bella Kopchak had a great game with Salasu, really great partnership. So for it to then turn around in the second half, which I didn't get an opportunity to watch, if I'm being completely honest, I sort of jumped in and out. It was great to see Shay getting a brace and putting us up. But man, what a performance, eh?
Yeah, it was. I'm a bit like you. I'm more the reverse. I didn't see much of the first half, so I didn't get to see all of the all just the bog standard Southampton stuff. But when I managed to get switched on the second half, everything just looked great. Belakocha and Salasu looked really, really like a good partnership. I think it's just they're confident. It looks like a backline that's confident with each other. Gineppo again putting in another great performance. It does make me think he's going to start this weekend, regardless of whether Peru's fit or not. Maybe
Really?
not. Maybe not in that position. Maybe he's earned enough. He's not enough to play the wings. And given the fact that they've said some stuff about a certain wing is leaving, maybe makes me think that that position's opened up a little bit, and he's maybe snuck in there. So it's just great to see those players doing what they want. It's a little bit disappointing with the free kick, and maybe I thought it's not Bazunu's fault, but I think maybe he could have set up the wall a little bit better. But apart from that, I think it was relatively a good performance from everybody in the back row.
There was, and also a shout out to Sekou Maro, who I thought he was offside for his when he put the ball in the net.
What a finish, though! What a finish!
What a finich!
Henry-esque.
I was going to say Haaland-esque. Can I say that? Haaland-esque in the way he sort of leant back and just side-footed it around the goalkeeper. I thought that was tasty.
I think you can say it, but it just shows you're not very cultured.
Yeah, it's as if I've been watching the Premier League for literally the last 7 days, and that's all I know. But yeah, okay, we'll go with Thierry Henry for that one.
But no, you're right. But that's the second game where he's annoying that he didn't get the goal, but he just looks absolutely wicked. I think a lot of people were surprised to see Saka come off before Adam Armstrong. I think that's a combination. People want to see sort of Shea and Saka playing those balls in the game, but at the same time, you can't judge Ralph for these substitutions because they've been fantastic recently. I think that's the thing to really take into account the last few games is just how good that bench has been and how quick they are to make changes.
Yeah,
everyone's talking. It looks like there's positive energy. Seeing Ralph actually go over to the fans after the game, just like, this is heartwarming, isn't it? Have you watched the pitch side for the Cambridge game? And it's just wholesome good stuff.
It is wholesome good stuff. I mean, there's Ralph obviously looking very, very happy. I believe that was on Wednesday night, I suppose, because it's in darkness. It wouldn't be during the day. So there we go. But yeah, no, some great sights to see. Let's jump on ahead to that game. I didn't see anything apart from the highlights, if I'm honest, because there wasn't really much around.
There was literally no stream for it. They didn't sell the rights to it, did they? So nothing was there. Which at that point is like, well, can not somebody just whip their phone out and just live stream this? If no one's got the rights to it, surely that you can just get a GoPro out and live stream it. Like,
who would do that?
I know, literally, right? Here's the thing: first round of the League Cup, sponsored by StreamYard. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I'll wait by the phone to see where that one goes. Just looking through some of these comments here. Talking about I worry for left back and striker role is no real goal scorer. As the window grows shorter, the players get more expensive, and we don't have the money. Shea Adams is suddenly performing, which I think we'll probably get onto the transfer news later on in the show. But it is encouraging to see him bagging the goals. But yeah, you are thinking like. It's an excellent point there, in terms of who might be coming in, and who's realistic, Giancarlo Ramos, who appears to be wanted by everyone now. Twitter is a dangerous place to read through. I mean, there are so many things.
Benfica have just been super smart playing him in these last couple of games, and he's played well in those Champions League matches. He's been performing really well, so he's just boosted his price tag right up there. The fact that PSG are apparently looking at him, considering their squad. Obviously,
did you read that source though?
Obviously, Mbappe has to approve that.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. But did you read the source?
No,
the source. It came from PSG Insider.
He would know.
It's like Kellogg's giving himself breakfast awards. It's ridiculous.
He would know. He would know.
He would know.
It would be if Kellogg's could, afford to buy any toy they wanted ever.
We digress.
Offer him a literal hotel goal bonuses. I mean, they can do what they want.
They can do. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of activity. I mean, Ralph alluded it to today in his presser in terms of he thinks that actually there's going to be some departures and some arrivals. But to be honest with you, he said that last week as well, didn't he? He didn't really say
Yeah,
anything
I mean
different than that.
they've been saying it for weeks now, and the thing they also said was that Southampton are waiting for certain deals to go and certain things that's going to take some time. And now we're getting to the end of the window. It's just like I feel like these next few days are going to be either really spicy or we're going to be real mad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as a comment alluded to earlier, I mean, it's the sort of time where money gets silly, doesn't it? And people start chucking loads of it. I mean, the Fofana deal has been going on for ages. It sort of reeks of VVD when he was at St Mary's, doesn't it? In terms of like, just he's going to go eventually, but just for how much? But I think, is it Chris said he was on a 5-year deal? I mean, how do you get someone out of a 5-year deal unless it's serious coin behind it?
And then have you seen this Newcastle one as well of Isaac from, is it Sporting Lisbon he's coming from?
Yeah.
Like 60 million.
Yeah.
Cucurella, 60 million. I remember listening to one of those Twitter spaces a few weeks ago of Adam Blackmore saying Kyle Walker-Peters is probably worth 25 to 30 mil. It's like, not anymore.
Yeah.
These guys have absolutely spiked that price up. He's worth about 8 now.
Well, this is the thing, it's going to,
especially now Trent Alexander-Arnold is the worst player in the world. Like, who would have seen this well coming?
That was quite baffling to watch. Virgil van Dijk and Trent just generally having the worst games they've ever played. In the opening fixtures.
I enjoyed Virgil van Dijk's rendition of Cigarettes and Alcohol, though. That was pretty good.
Let us know in the comment section if you enjoyed VVD's performance on Monday night also. It was quite something to behold.
I mean, it was no Salasu Bellacoccia. I mean, what did they put? I think they put Vardy down to 11 shots in the game, was it? 11 shots in the game. 11, no, it might have been 11 touches of the ball, sorry. 11 touches of the ball in the entire game, and 7 of them were in the first half.
Ooh. Okay.
So they once they knew what they were doing, they're on luck.
Yeah. Check Armel Bellacoccia's pockets because I think Vardy's in there. So,
Vardy's in there.
Yeah, he is indeed. Right then. Oh, quick shout out also. What a big shout out actually to this little lad.
Oh
Don Ballard getting his debut goal. What an awesome shot this is as well. I love this.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? It is great. Well, that's the I didn't see it seemed to take for ages for his goal to come be posted anywhere. I saw the Shade one's pretty quick, and this one seemed to take a while. So I saw Ralph's comment after the game about what a big good celebration it was. I was like, I cannot wait to see this goal. I don't care what it is. And then it was great.
Yeah,
great,
follow
up to the tenacity to get there.
Yeah.
And then, just loved it. And not only did he love it, but the fact that the entire team ran up to it. To see Sakamara jump on his back like that, it's just like, yes, we are loving life over here.
The first of many, as Nathan Redmond tweeted. So, yeah, it's great to see that. But speaking of class celebrations, how about this one?
Yeah. And that, Perez. Who do you think you are, huh? Who do you think you are?
I really enjoyed seeing that. So, Shay Stays. You heard it here first. Shay Stays. I have to clip up that, what is that? That Wolf of Wall Street thing. At the end of the window, if you're still here, I'll make it. Yeah, I'll make it happen.
You just put a huge dark cloud over that, haven't you? If we're still here.
Shay Stays.
We've only just worked out the song for him, so,
exactly.
he's got to stay now. Shay will tear you apart again.
Well, indeed.
Mike even got a whole verse of that song today. What a treat.
I did. A private little message from Jack. So maybe if you stick around later in the show, Jack will play it for us live. Sorry, Jack. Just put you on the spot.
I absolutely cannot remember what I did. It was very early this morning. I was in the middle of having my first coffee, and I was like,
if this stream gets how many likes and you'll play it live? What are we doing? 100 likes?
Yeah, go for 100 likes, and we'll get
100 likes.
100 likes, you'll get at least a chorus out of me.
Yeah. 100 likes and 20 retweets on Twitter. We're not that big on Twitter, so I got to lay it low.
I'm massive on Twitter.
Yeah, you are.
But only because I tweet under the name Zuckerberg.
Right then, should we talk about United?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about
because no one else is.
Well, weren't we all a little bit surprised with their performance? A little bit.
I think.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, obviously the big news is the fact that they dropped Maguire and Ronaldo. So because Maguire's still captain, isn't he?
I mean, yeah.
So
But if you saw his
captain
face on the bench the entire time, it was the face of a man who was going, "I've lost that captain's armband,"
forever.
and somehow it's to Bruno Fernandes,
Yeah, I didn't get that.
the most petulant man in football.
Yeah, I wasn't buying that. That's
Do you know what? When we were watching that game, and he was sort of, geeing up the Liverpool players and sort of like being a poop house. And since then I've seen all the United fans sort of posting like, going, look at him, let's go. I hope we'd start Jack Stevens. Get him. Go get him. Go rile that man up.
Cornish Maldini getting his finger in his face, going, "You fall to the ground like that again."
If Jack Stevens, just had a few more game times, I would have gotten that tattooed on me. But we've lost it. Something there. We've got something on the way. Let's hope he doesn't go out in the next few windows. So I can.
Does United's performance on Monday, and this is a question for Jack and also the chat section, does it give you more or less confidence about us against them on Saturday?
To be honest, when I was watching the game, I felt Liverpool were really, really, really flat. They didn't really offer anything.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah,
and I thought they were all over the shop. Even with Van Dijk had a bad game, so it was like, well, if you can just go on that pitch and defend like we did that second half against Leicester, like we did against Leeds, and clear that off the front foot, I think you can still frustrate them and get them really flustered really quickly. Mm-hmm. And the thing about United is they've got such a bad attitude right now that if you can just get that one, they're fall apart.
Mm.
And you might be able to break it down. I mean, the fact that they were so resilient, and that I thought that back two of Varane and Martinez was quite good.
Yeah.
So
it looked better, but I thought Liverpool flattered them.
Yeah, Liverpool was so toothless, and they were so toothless that I thought, even we looked more like scoring in the last few games than them in that game.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Shea would have done something there.
Yeah.
And when I start thinking like that, I think maybe we can, maybe we can get something out of it. I'm probably less confident, like if they got battered 4 or 5,
yeah,
they would come back.
They would have to do something.
They'd have to do something. But
yeah.
Now they're on a little bit of a float, so
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, obviously to them, this is an easy 3 points. They can think they look at that as an easy 3 points for them. Like, here we go, we've just beat Liverpool into Southampton. Nice free,
The thing is, it's weird you say that. I mean, I just sort of brought up a couple of comments there. Jack saying straight to the point, less confidence. Just limited on the words there. Yep, straight to the point. Love it. Max Sarr saying a little bit less confidence, to be honest, Mike. As Jack says, Liverpool didn't look great for some reason. I think we'll draw 1-1. We always seem to these days.
It's 18 minutes into the show. You're talking about draws. Come on. Come on.
Save that banter for the score predictions. It's weird though, because when you looked at the fixtures of like coming ahead, we're always looking at the Leeds game and the Leicester game, going 4 points.
Yeah.
If we get 4 points from that, happy. And here we are with exactly that. And I think we'd always look at this United and the Chelsea fixture as kind of a free hit. Is it? Over negative set, but we would always say like, it's a free hit. And then after the performances of Man United away, especially, I mean, their run away is what they've lost the last 14 away.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Heavily,
even at the beginning of the season, I did say 4 points in August, but there was that slight thing. But we probably could get something against United though.
Yeah,
like, United is just like you take that free because you've been a football fan for all your life, so it's we should probably lose that. But there was all that inkling. If they start bad, we could probably get something out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And now there is that funny spot. But you're right, they've got a bad away form, and Old Trafford definitely had a bit of a bounce on Monday night.
They were supposed to walk out, and they didn't they?
Well, here's the thing. Let's be honest. That game could have gone more perfectly for the Glazers. There was a planned protest at 17 minutes, and they score in the 16th. No one's leaving. No one's going to leave for that. No one's that mental.
Oh, yeah, that was suspiciously accurate, that really, wasn't it?
Imagine if football scripted, mate. Imagine if that comes out. It's like wrestling. It's just like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Every
What, a
game.
70 minutes like da 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 da.
Yeah, literally.
And the back line just hear this. Who's running on?
Well, here's the thing about seeing them, mate. You can't see him, so you would never know.
That's how De Gea is in goal, isn't he? It's an odd one though, because I kind of still look at this fixture and think like, yeah, we can always get something from this. I mean, last season we played them in August again at home, wasn't it? And I think that was a 1-1. And it's always, you play some of the big sides early on in the season, they're still putting their team together and still sort of working things out. So sometimes it can be a bit of a benefit. And we were looking at the Spurs opener as that sort of a thing. It didn't quite work out. I think there perhaps could have been opportunities to exploit them a bit because there were moments where they looked a bit shaky. But when you play these sides which are spending tens of millions on players, they're always just kind of finding their feet. So you always like to think there's an angle that we could potentially exploit. So yeah.
There's a little bit of me that's when we got out of the Spurs game in last season, there's a part of me that thought, well, our team is improved. It seems to be improving every week. And if I look at the teams around us, I think we're improving at a better rate than them, and then it all fell apart. So that thought really doesn't work. But right now, I look at it like Southampton have had a really good couple of weeks, and United have had one good week. Mm-hmm. So if we're in a position where we've sorted our defense, we've sorted this defense out. These guys are confident with playing each other. They're getting a lot of love, so the confidence is up. And then you've got Shea, who is the ultimate confident striker, who's now bagged 4 goals in his last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
You think, right, he's going to be really up for it. The back line's really up for it. I think Lavia's, he's a City player, so he wants to beat United, go out and do some stuff there. Prowsey as always.
Yeah,
I think everyone's just in a good spot right now. Southampton's in this fun position. I think outside, of looking at transfers and stuff, that's one thing. But looking at the pitch performances the past couple of games, you're like, okay, we've got a little bit of a groove right now. So let's go into this game with that smart intention of we need to be on our best here because this is United. And and when United have that mentality of it's Southampton, this should be an easier game.
Should be. Coming here from Stuart Roberts, they have pace up front. I worry about our left back position. Obviously, that comes with news that Roman Peru is back training again and is in contention. But it kind of leads to the question: is there anything you're particularly worried about for the threats that United have? And that's a question always to the chat section as well as anyone else here.
I'm still of the opinion that
Jack.
I'm still of the opinion that they don't have a strike force. They've got really good midfielders, but it gets difficult in the box. Okay, like that Sancho finish was great the other night. Don't get me wrong, that was some good stuff, but. Still coming in front from the wing, it probably could have been shut down if Van Dijk. We all were there going, why is Van Dijk not shutting this player down? What's Trent doing going on the floor like that? It's smarter defending probably would have stopped that goal. That goal wasn't like impossible. Like it wasn't like an insane run of form. It was, some good feet and some pretty sloppy defending. And then again, the second goal as well wasn't like outrageous, was it? Really.
No,
it was a pass, and it was almost offside. To be fair, there's a lot of people that still argue that it was, but
I think it was offside.
Exactly,
and it was basically down to a new rule which has been brought in that actually you have to, if the lines are overlapping, then it's a case that the attacker is favoured to give benefit of doubt to the attacking player, which I like. I do like, but I think that aspect of the game wasn't really in VAR, wasn't really an issue. Well, it kind of was and it wasn't, because there were things like, well, is it when the player kicks the ball or touches the ball, or when the ball actually left the player's foot? That was a weird one. I mean, for me, it would be a case of, okay, well, if he's touched the ball, then it's at that point that he's made contact. Yeah. But I guess if the lines are overlapping, then that kind of answers the question one way or the other, doesn't it? It's like, well, yeah, then that accounts for that. So I guess it's kind of for the better now. But looking at it, I was thinking like, he's offside. It's offside. Yeah. We've seen it so many times.
So yeah, and I don't think he's going to start Ronaldo.
I think Ronaldo might be off to Sporting Lisbon as
I
well.
think that looks like it's the case. I don't think he'll get it because
Yeah.
if he's not staying, he won't start him because if Ronaldo doesn't care now, he's not going to care if he's leaving next week.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
That's the way it rolls. And then who they got up front is Martial still out injured, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think Rashford sits in the middle very well. I don't think Bruno sits in the middle very well. I think they have that huge gap up top.
Mhm.
And it sounds silly, but right now we have a more informed striker than they do.
We do.
The fact there were 2 goals and he's feeling confident, and that is when we want Shea. That's when you want Shea, and now he's got some great delivery behind him. When you're playing that system that we've been playing with, Aribo, almost that 4-3-3.
Yeah.
At certain points, I think it works really, really well. And pair him up with a second striker, it works really well. You've got when you go out to attack, he's been getting good spots, and the fact that the past few goals have been in the box as well, and like having to be not. How many times last season we've seen those goals go straight at the goalkeeper?
Mm-hmm.
And now
it kind of was at the goalkeeper as well. It was pretty central. But the amazing thing for me is the fact that play we do all the time. I mean that was actually the same play as Shea's last goal at the Tottenham Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was identical.
Peters cuts it back. James Ward-Prowse whips it into the box. It loops in, and Shea heads it in, and then Suzuki volleys it in today. So
it is almost like a cheat code because when that happened, because that happened twice in that game, then it was almost the same goal.
It's a special move.
And then you just think, well, we're going to see this all the time. And every time you sort of see that pairing start to happen, you think, here it comes, here's the whip. And to be fair, it dropped off a little bit that finish, and I think that it was that lack of target. But now that Shea's feeling good up for it. Here we go.
And also, it will be a circumstance where Shea actually might be taller than one of their centre halves.
Exactly. Yeah, he is tiny. He is a tiny boy.
So yeah, we shall see. Right, should we do the predicted 11?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it.
In an infinite rush of getting this stream started, I have not added it. So let me see if I can do this now.
Oh, goody.
This is where it goes. So, chat amongst yourselves.
You had a nice holiday, and that's all that matters, all right? That's all that matters.
Hang on. I've got it.
Here we are.
I meant to do a banner as well for this. I've forgotten again. Unreal. So as always, let us know in the chat section what you think the chosen 11 should be. Sorry, the predicted 11 should be for Saturday's game against United. Whilst me and Jack punch in our preferred options. Is that what we do? We do preferred options, or what we think Ralph's going to do?
You know what? I think this season we have to call it preferred options because we were doing what he wanted last season. It got a bit boring just picking the same players and depressing ourselves. So let's go with what we want him to do. Yeah.
It's steady on it, Callum. We'll get to score predictions soon. Don't you worry. Hang fire. We'll be doing that right after the predicted 11. So let's jump into this. Is it going to be anyone other than Bazunu?
Nah, of course not. Get him in there. The fact that, have you seen that, Liz was offered places at like Copenhagen and some other spots, and he's kind of turned them down because he's walked in and gone, I'm better than that McCarthy. I'm better than him. And the club's gone, yeah, you are actually. So, sorry, Alex.
And he is.
And on top of that, Bazunu looks amazing. He looks great. Even some of I saw some footage of him at training today, and it just looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to be ABK. I mean, they'll set the back to himself, don't they?
Is early. I mean, Salasu has had moments where he's not been so great, but after the last game performance against Leicester, this pairing looks so good, and it's great to get some confidence in there. So I think it would make sense to do that. Now, do you think he's going to play 4 at the back?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you just look at the way that we've played the last couple of games and the confidence it is. Ralph is somewhat of a creature of habit. If it works, go for it. And if it needs to be changed, we now have enough options to change it. Yeah,
it worked against Vardy, so
it works.
What did we play against them towards the end of last season, did we play that as a 4?
I mean, I think the United games were all a 4. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't think you're going to change it right now. And with I think a lot of people should be coming around to the 5-sub rule by now, because you can see your team really changing tactics and doing what they're meant to be doing. Like, you don't have to feel limited with the subs. The subs can be more tactical. You can put better players on the bench. I think that's why Aribo doesn't mind being on the bench, because he knows he's coming on to change the game at a certain point, maybe. But you're going to see it more. And I think if this game if it starts going wrong, he's going to bring on Jack Stevens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And put it at the 3 at the back. That's what will happen.
To tell him off.
Look at you knowing where. Just this is easy stuff.
Do you know what I'm thinking? That is exactly that. It's like these are the areas I think like it shouldn't be a question. It's like
we're so close, mate. Do you remember like a week ago or 2 weeks ago? We don't know what our starting 11 is. Now we've got a little bit now.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little bit. Just got a few more.
Here's where the questions come in. Left back position.
If he's fit, I think it's got to be Peru.
Yeah, I agree.
Because defensively, he's the better fullback. Obviously, in general, he's the better fullback here. There's no doubt in that.
He's fullback, really.
But Ralph obviously likes to reward good play, and that's why I think Gineppo will start in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Of course, there was chats of Ainsley and Niles, wasn't there?
Which is really good, because he's super versatile. He can do fullbacks and he can play the wing, and I think just a strong, decent winger in there. But and the fact that certain players weren't taken to Cambridge makes me think that they're looking to not just replace, but to deepen squad. So I think that'd be a good signing for us. But no, I think right now with that, I think those is it Stu or Elianusi?
I'm just having a look through some of the comments here. So Josh is going for. I've always wanted Josh. Are you any relation to Adam? Any? Let us know. Baz
he's just a big fan. He's just a massive fan.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
He's pretty much matched what we are there. Yeah, actually, that was pretty much what I was going to put in. Actually, yeah, interesting. Fisnell's going, Bazunu, Gineppo, Sally, ABK. Yeah. Adam Armstrong, Chalet, Stu. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's looking pretty conclusive, really, isn't it?
Yep.
Like in Shea and Mara and Adam Armstrong as well.
I mean, here's the thing I didn't mind that, because it was just all out guns blazing. It was kind of what I wanted to see anyway. I think, to be honest, Adam Armstrong did play on the left wing for Blackburn quite a few times.
Yeah.
He can do that position, and I think when you're just playing that nice little pivot of those three, they can just pivot that so each player can go to the side. I quite like the three.
I'm loving the hand motions there.
That's what it is, isn't it? Does it not perfectly summarise what's going on here?
It does indeed. Oh, I really appreciate it, Mark. I just want to thank you both for making my son Oran feel so special when he flew over from Tipperary Island for a match. You made that day very memorable for him. Oh, thanks very much. Well, it's always great to.
He was a good boy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that Shane Long's gone, by the way, because I know he was also very awesome to you guys when you made that trip over. So they're from the same town, right? Right?
Yeah.
I remember.
Absolutely. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. No, you're more than welcome. Always great to meet people who watch these shows. So, yeah, thanks for saying hello. Right, so let's finish this off, because I am thinking Aribo's on over here, isn't he? You play him on the right?
Yeah, let's start. Yeah, Aribo over there.
So this is where it gets. Are we going Stu?
I think it'll be Gineppo.
Really?
I just feel like it'd be Gineppo. Gineppo, and then probably be subbed for Armstrong later in the game.
Is this because of the news earlier today? That if the big comes in, he's got 2 years left in his contract.
No, it's not. I mean, that will always be a factor as soon as you see that going around. But then again, who knows if that's the case? I just think Gineppo's done so well the past few weeks in the other position that he's shown that he's competent to be playing in this league right now. And if he doesn't have to concentrate going back, and he can concentrate on that role of going forwards, which he's done very well the past few weeks, he is a havoc when he's cutting in on that line on the byline. You know, he is.
I agree with you with one exception. Only one. I think Gineppo plays great on that wing when he's got space to play.
Yeah, and that's
when he's in a wing back position, I kind of think he's got that extra bit of width and he can do something and create something. But maybe against the United, where we're going to be playing on a counter attack, he might get that space. But it's when teams sit back and he's just kind of congested and we're trying to push up like this, and effectively he's just sort of getting in the way of everything. So,
well, the thing to think about is, first of all, is that Peru plays a lot deeper than Kyle Walker-Peters did when he's on that side, and that's kind of like when you see them bunching up for space, because Kyle Walker-Peters is trying to overlap. And that's where that space. So maybe with that little bit that depthness from Peru would be good. And also, fullbacks aren't very forward pressing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like every other sort of top six club. They're getting used to their new roles. And I think as Elanga out. I think Elanga started in the fullback position, didn't he, last on Monday? I think he's
really good.
And I think he's out. I think he picked up an injury.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm going to chat might have to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure he's out. So you might get. Was that his side, or was it the other side? So you might get Shaw or Pizzacca, and you might get one of the two. And if you get one of those two, there'll be way more fun than that one for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, both of which haven't really exactly impressed. Oh, news just in from Josh. He is not, I repeat, not related to Adam. It's not the first time he's been asked that either. So there we go. I'm sure everyone else was thinking the same thing. So Josh, thank you for clearing that up for us. So what are we looking at in terms of the partnership? Well, you pitch an Eppo, and my brain says it's got to be Mara, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. He's looking tasty. He's looking deadly. And again, I think now with these all the subs, I think to bring Armstrong later on in the game with that pace.
But did he take off Mara for Shea? Is that what happened?
Yes, he did.
So yeah.
So I could see, take off. I would say take off Gineppo for Adam Armstrong, and then that's when that pivot would come into play. That beautiful pivot.
Shifting to a 4-3-3?
Yeah, and then if you need to take Mara off, then you bring on Stu or Elianusi and push Adam back up at the top again. There's like there's a nice rotation there.
There's a nice rotation looking at that. I mean, I don't think there are any other injuries. Tino's back in training. I don't think he's training with the first team, but he's kicking the ball about and he's got some boots on, which is great to see. But in terms of other players that could feature in this lineup, I think Redmond's probably been shifted to the back of the queue for some reason. Perhaps he's on his way out.
He's gone.
It's kind of feeling like he might have been in.
The fact that he didn't go to Cambridge, because let's be honest, he really has been a cup player. He's been really playing in the cups the past few seasons, and he didn't get to that.
Yeah,
just makes me think if you think Stu and Elianusi have just been pushed aside, not properly, but they're now more in the bench. Just where's Redmond sitting there? Just doesn't. And you could probably, here's the thing with Redmond, you won't get a lot, but you get a decent amount for Redmond.
Yeah. Chloe seems to think that Lianco might be in goal after the Facebook post. He looked pretty good in goal, actually. Is it mad to think that Lianco's only been here a year?
I just love him so much. It hurts. Did you see his comments after the game saying he loves the club, he loves the shirt, he loves the colours, and you're like, I love you, my man.
He's the most loved player amongst the fan base, I think, and just to be so quick to be loved by everyone.
If I told Lianco that I was going to get a tattoo of him, he would get one of me. And that's what kind of man he is.
Jack, shall we try?
Mate, I would love nothing more than going to a tattoo parlor with Lianco and both get each other's faces.
You can MDV one.
Everybody get this going round. That's the thing that I want to happen in my life.
Don't. It'd be another one of those
Oh,
Bednarak
no.
shirt on the back, name on the back thing, wouldn't it? It's like
There you are.
we can't say no to these things, and we get ourselves
Me
in
and the
trouble.
boy.
That's what we
I want,
do.
me and Lianco will go and get this done together.
I'd love to see that. That'd be so good. But let's stop talking about it because it sounds dangerous, and we should move on.
Hey, here's the thing: that Bednarak shirt, useless now. I mean, let's be fair. He's definitely going to Villa. Me and Lianco for life.
Villa on loan. I think that's a mad thing.
Yeah,
Villa on loan.
loan would be crazy.
It would. So, because I kind of want him to play if we were playing Villa. Weirdly. Hang on. Sorry, I'm reading these without putting them up. I'm guessing
Did you forget the 4-1 last season? Yeah, carry on.
I did. I'm guessing Ralph goes back to a 5 against United, to be honest. Top teams to destroy the 4-2-2-2. But if we do play 4 at the back, I'll have to see Musa played further up the pitch. So red and white agreeing with your thoughts on Musa Gineppo there. Let's see, something else here. Is United going to use the same 11 as they did against Liverpool? Excellent question. I think they have to. I think they absolutely have to. So if they can do that with the fitness in their squads, I think Ten Hag could be
there's a
change it.
little bit of me that thinks that maybe Ten Hag might be a little bit
More respectful.
No, I think it'd be a bit like us when we played Leeds. You know what I mean? We over upset ourselves. Like, okay, we had Liverpool last week. They got bigger games coming up. We'll start Maguire this week. Just, do you know what I mean? Just slip a little bit to realize, just a little shake to like, no, this league really is hard. You have to play like this every week.
Yeah. No, it's
underestimate us, just.
Yeah. Let's see here. United defense will be a bit better on Saturday than the previous games. Yeah, we shall see. I honestly think that Liverpool didn't really test them that much. I mean, it's mad to think that a side that's got Salah, Diaz, and who else? Who else is causing them trouble? Elliot looked quite good as well, actually, didn't he?
Yeah, he did actually. James Milner. James Milner. Let's be.
Oh, you being serious?
In that first half, there was a few moments when James Milner was cutting in the box. I was like, Jesus, that's James Milner.
Yeah.
He looks really in shape this season. He looks absolutely stacked. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, old man Milner. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought we'd be here? He's a mate. Yeah, fair play to him. Bring him over. I'll have him.
Indeed. So Redmond's gone. Bye, Redmond. Some warm words here from the chat section. Redmond's time here is probably.
Yeah.
Probably up. Probably done. There it is. There we go. You hit the enter key a little bit too quickly. There we go.
He was excited. I get it.
Yeah.
We all want him gone.
Right then. So, good question in regards to formation and teams to play. Is Casemiro being registered? Can he feature? He was training with the United squad with the preparation for Southampton written underneath. So I would expect him to.
Here's the fairy tale that I see, okay? And this has got a sad ending, so brace yourself.
Okay.
Casemiro starts, as does Oriol Romeu, and Romeu absolutely destroys him. Gets that yellow card, and that's the last thing he does in a Southampton shirt. Puts Casemiro on the bench for months.
That's a bit harsh.
I want to go out in glory, mate. Why not? Put United in the mud, and and we all wave goodbye to Ori as he jets off to Spain. It'll be sad.
He finally gets it. I'm not going to say it because it's a stupid thing to say. No, I'm not going to say it.
I know what you're thinking.
You knew what I was going to say, but he's.
Here's the thing, mate. No. I'm so sure that he wouldn't get it. You could say it because he won't ever get that.
No,
or even if
if
he did, what a send off.
Literally.
3-0 off. 3-0 up is like, I know what they want.
Yeah. Casemiro start from McTominay. Yeah, we'll see. Too early for Casemiro. Yeah, we'll see. Casemiro, Martial.
It'll be like, it'll probably be like every La Liga player that comes to the Premier League now. It'll take him a couple of games because it'll be like, oh, this isn't easy, is it? All right. Turns out this isn't FIFA on easy mode. This is pro clubs that's really, really doing you dirty every night, every single night. I'm playing pro clubs in a few hours, and I'm really up. It's been awful the past few nights. Just think about it.
Well, it is. I mean, Adrian makes a comment here. Casemiro will find the Prem another level up. It is the toughest sporting league in the world, and I think a lot of players kind of underestimate that, or perhaps a lot of clubs underestimate the fact of how tough this league really is, and whether or not a player from La Liga or a player from Ligue 1 or the German league can actually cut it in the Premier League. And we've seen time and time again there have been plenty of occasions where it's not worked out, so we shall see. But he's clearly a talented player, and he can't be any worse than McTominay. So
yeah, McTominay is just he's not what you want, is he? And the fact that he's rumored maybe coming here does worry me a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Do you like the way how I make a point and then completely dismiss the point with a sentence? So I can never do this pro, really, isn't it?
Oh, hold on a second. Do we have a sponsor?
Okay, yeah, we do.
We're pros. We're pros, guys. We're trying to make the best content for you guys, but whilst we're at it, we're going to become the biggest influencers you've ever seen.
Exactly. Yeah. Fan slide link in the description.
I'm going to fight one of the pools very soon. I don't know which one, but one of them.
So there it is. We're locking it in. That is our chosen 11, our predicted 11. What we'd like Ralph to play, basically. Yeah. So there we go.
But then what's nice is the fact that it's hard to choose.
It is hard to choose.
There's two options where we're now in a slightly better place where I know what starts for sure, but there are other bits that I'm not unsure of because I think everyone's got their rationality for being in there. So it's nice that we're at this point now and not just completely lost and confused to what's going on.
It is indeed. Right, so the emphatically, eagerly awaited part of the show where we give our score predictions for the upcoming game at St Mary's. Here we go. As always, please remember to put in your score predictions in the chat section, and we will be going through those right after me and Jack have given ours. And I do believe it is your turn to go first.
Oh, magically, Anko, what will we get? What will we get? I'm going to go for 1-0 Southampton.
Ooh.
Yep, he says it nice and calmly.
That seems really sensible. Okay, all right.
Unagi.
Okay, I like it because it would mean that we win.
Yeah, we win at home.
We win
with a clean sheet against United, and it'll be the second time that I see Ronaldo come to St Mary's and lose.
That would be quite something. Okay, this is interesting. All right, hang on.
And it will be Shea Adams in the 43rd minute.
Okay, I like it.
Right at the end of the first half, and the second half is just defend for your life.
I like it a lot. It's the clean sheet thing that's bugging me.
Talk to me, sir. Talk me through your decision. Talk to me. Sorry, tips.
I just think that we haven't done it yet. We haven't got a clean sheet yet, have we?
Cambridge.
Apart from Cambridge in the League Cup. Okay.
But let's be honest, Alex McCarthy was in goal, so that tells you that they didn't even try.
May as well not field a goalkeeper, really.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Yes, it's and the pressure's on because I got it right last week.
Ooh!
Just saying. Woo! Sleep that one in there. Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Go on then.
I'm gonna say it.
Go on then.
2-0 Southampton.
Oh, he said it. And now
I think we're gonna get a clean sheet first at St Mary's. I think we've got our first win since April last weekend in the Premier League, and I think we're gonna get our first clean sheet since I don't know.
Tuesday, Wednesday night. But yeah,
since Wednesday night. Yeah, there we go.
Baz's first clean sheet. I would love to see that big Baz clean sheet. I want to see Lianco jumping him like he did Forster.
Yeah, love that.
From the bench, I wanted to see just make an A-line like, I got a new friend, do I? Yeah.
So there we go. I'm going for a 2-0, and Jack, you were going for Shea Adams as your goal scorer. Yeah. I want a Ward-Prowse free kick. I want it a lot.
Yeah, we've had a Trippier and a James Maddison. Someone he needs to show. Just remind him.
So I'm going to go with a, let me see, I reckon it's going to be a Shea Adams goal first, and then James Ward-Prowse free kick.
Oh, De Gea hates Ward-Prowse as well, doesn't he? So
Exactly. Yeah. De Gea. If you want to know what that gag was, watch earlier on in the show. Right, let's go on to the chat section and see what we've got. And I think someone might have answered my clean sheet question, which was the Arsenal game. I'll just scroll past that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the last game we won, wasn't it? At St Mary's.
And what was the score?
It was 1-0. Seamless links. Love that. Right. Let's go through to the chat section here. Be sure to stick in your score predictions. I am starting to roll through these now, and first up on the list, as far as I can see, is Chloe, but she's put in a 1-1 or a 2-1 win. If you put your hand over the screen, you can cover up the 1-1 bit and just put 2-1 win. There we go. Oh, the next one's a draw as well. Red and White is going for a 1-1 and I'll be happy. Point to point. Ben Carroll's going for a 3-2 win. God, what a game that would be.
You're my favourite viewer, Ben.
They're going to get better. Here we go. Josh, not related to Adam Blackmore, is going for a 1-0 Saints. Adam Armstrong with a 30-yard screamer. Woo, like that.
Well, we want to see that.
Adrian's going with me 2-0 to Saints. Henry Day is going for a 2-1. Max Black's going for a 3-1 win. Shadows for 2 and Mara for 1. I was thinking that as well, but we shall see.
Well, if I was to add a second goal to my game, it would be Amara. I would say a Shea and Amara. So if it is 2-0 and a Shea and Amara, that was also my prediction. So covering all grounds.
Ashley is going for a 3-2 United if Maguire doesn't start. I'm guessing by the avatar. That looks like a Darth Maul image, but I guess it might be United related. But welcome to the show. He's going for a 3-2 United if Maguire doesn't start. Visnell is going for a 2-1 Saints, Shea and Gineppo. Cool, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, I'm loving the next one. Mike's going for a 3-0 to Saints Mara hat-trick. I'm not sure if this is one of the names that if I said out loud, it would sound rude. Because, if it is, got to try harder.
If it's not,
I'm so sorry.
School must have been hard. School must have been difficult.
Indeed. Welcome to the show, as always. Oh no, Mike. Yeah, I think you might be commenting on that. Finbar Kelly is going for a 3-2 to Southampton. Will Ballard be on the bench? We shall have to wait and see. Callum Smith is going for a 2-1 Saint Shea and Aribo. Baz's first clean sheet versus Lanks. Yeah, that'd be quite something. Jack's with Jack. 1-0 Saints. Wasn't expecting anything on Saturday, but look what happened there. Limbs in the away end. Do you know what? I think every single person who thought about going to that game at Leicester and being like, after the last time it wasn't so great, but looked amazing. Amazing.
Anytime I'm not at Saints game, I'm always like, win or lose, I'm like, I do kind of wish I was there. Like just a bit. And then when you see him, when you're like, oh my God's sake, that would have been a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
It would have been.
Instead, I was talking about oxygen-free cables in the shop.
Rock and roll. Stuart Roberts again, 3-1 to Saints, Shea Gineppo and Amara. Stunning shot from the corner of the box. Well, that'd be nice to see. And Josh pointing out the last clean sheet was against Arsenal in that 1-0 win. Thank you very much for that. DNC is going for a 3-1 Shea, Mara, Adam Armstrong. Excuse me, sorry. Rash from Manu early on. So we're going to come
He really liked that score. That was oh God.
Yeah, it was got me. Whew, that's an emotional one to read aloud. AD Saints, sorry I'm late to the party, gents. That's not a problem. 2-2 predictions from me. God, there's goals aplenty, but Jack, it's fine. It's goals.
I'm not sorry you're late.
Pro clubs, any 2-1, another Adams double, and Bruno to get booked for one of his petty temper tantrums. Yep. Mr. Mystery United. It's nice to see you guys so confident. Feel like we're the club to let United finally break their losing streak away. Unfortunately, we hear you. We hear what you're saying, and I think Jack sent me an image of the last how many games United have lost away from. Was it 14?
There's a few, yeah.
It's a few, and
here's the thing:
badly.
It's not like Southampton to ever like break anybody's ducks like that, and we're pretty good at holding our own.
Yeah, absolutely.
We always come on top.
Bentor giving a score 2-0 win, and he wants to know if we think Ballard will be on the bench. I think it's possible. But I think given the gravitas of United, it'd be a big ask.
Given that one game where we started a few youths against United, I feel like Ralph is smart enough not to tempt that fate.
Yeah. They were brutal that night. It was really wasn't. Dan James scored against us United.
Everyone scored.
Yeah, the whole team did. Right.
Who got the first red card?
The Swiss guy. I forgot the name of.
Jankowicz.
Yes. Yeah.
What happened to him?
I think he went back to Switzerland. I think. Yeah. And Bednarek got the other red card. Delgo 86 going for a 2-0. Kyle Walker-Peters and Shea. God, I love that. Would love that. Any more score predictions? Love it. 9-0 to Southampton, I'm guessing.
Sooner or later, it's got to happen.
Gineppo 1-0. Would like that.
Let's be fair, that would really set St. Mary's off.
Yeah, it would.
Where we are to where we are now, he deserves it.
January 307, CR 7-0. Excellent pun. Love that. Lean over. Is it one of those? No, I don't know anymore. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah. It's going for a 2-1-6. I think someone's changed their name in the chat section as well. So
have you never met his cousin Ben Dover?
Yep. Done it. I'm scared to read them out now. 4-2 Shea, Shave times 2, Mara and Stu. I love that. Right. I think that's that. I think that's it.
You think?
There we go. Kid was Yankovic. Good presidents thought he was the next Maradona. I'd rather pay McCartney. Well said.
One day we'll see him again when he's on top.
Indeed. Right, well, thank you as always for those score predictions. I guess we're feeling kind of confident and looking ahead. Given United's away record, they'll be playing in their invisible kits. We're feeling generally anything can happen. I think most Saints fans think we can get something from this, and I think that's the way they're probably looking at it. So, any other points on this game before we talk about transfer rumours?
I think the thing to take into account is what happened last time United came to a Southampton away game in their invisible kit.
Yeah, they changed it at half time, but they can't change it to any of the other kits, can they?
No. And that is
what
white,
one's red.
And that's why white and red is so smart. We knew what we were doing. We knew what we were doing. Yeah. This is when Southampton came out second half in the Spitfire kit, just like, whatever you say.
Yeah. Hey, if they give us 100 million, we'll think about it. Right then, let's have a chat because there's going to be crazy amounts of things going on there. I think the transfer window slammed shut in just over 6 days' time on Wednesday evening at 11 o'clock, does it? Does it slam shut at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, I thought it was just midnight. I thought it was just...
Yeah, I think they had time to get their deal sheets in and do all that kind of stuff and get the paperwork signed, etc., etc.
I'm pretty much sure it's Cinderella rules that when the clock strikes midnight, they all turn back into onions.
Yeah, getting. So, in this section of the show, let us know in the chat section what you think of the current transfer situation, how you rate our transfer window so far, and any players that you think are likely or that you think that we should definitely chuck a load of cash at and make sure we get through the door. Recent news has been Shea Adams is not for sale. Ralph made that clear in his presser earlier today, but he did also say that players would be leaving and some would be arriving. So I guess, have you had anything mad recently? I mean, the one that sort of filled my Twitter feed over the last 24 hours, I think it's been Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Yeah.
Is that a player you rate?
Here's the thing: he's one of those sort of like outlying players of that of the big six top squads. I always quite like whenever I see him. Like I say, reason I like Taki Minamino and Shaqiri from Liverpool, and he just an outlier. And every time I see him, I think it's a decent performance, but he's let down by people around him. And he could, if he was in a smaller squad, I think he'd be a much better player. But so I would be quite excited to see him come in. And again, he's good cover for all over the pitch. And I think it'd be nice to have a somewhat of a utility player like that, considering, just injuries and just Ralph likes a player that can play all over the spot. And given that we don't want to put Ward Prowse into a fullback position, it'd be nice to have a midfielder that can drop back if nice.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. That's the big name. Him. I've seen Gardner come up quite a lot from United. I think Ramos seems to be off the cards now. I think he's either priced himself out of it, and I think there was
I don't know about that one. I mean, just jumping back to Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I think he's a player that we've been linked with in the past before. Yeah. I was annoyed when he went to West Brom and basically helped them with a relegation scrap, which sort of ended as expected, and Big Sam got relegated for the first time. But I was kind of surprised that we didn't get it last time. I'm not sure why I was so surprised, but I think it's perhaps where he went instead of Southampton that made me surprised. You know what I mean? Where him going to West Brom, like, why would you want to go to West Brom? Why not come to us and fight for survival with us? But it was, so part of me sort of maybe thinking back to that. But I think he's got to be a versatile player. And I think the role that he played at West Brom actually was pretty good. But he was a little bit injury prone, was he? Am I right? Is that fair?
He was a tad bit, but I don't think if he comes into this squad, he's not He'll take a minute or two for him to get into this squad.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be that much straining. Whereas with West Brom, it was good. He'd get on there and go. Whereas with us, he would be right up there to go for first play, but he's going to have to find his position. Do you know what I mean? He's going to have to work his way in a little bit, and because he's a utility player, and the way that we use substitutions now, he is kind of like be a bit of an all over the place kind of player. So it will take a while to find that.
Yeah. I think Adrian brings that excellent point. We didn't get Ainsley Maitland-Niles last time due to a lack of investment at the time. Yeah, it's a good point. And I think probably the wages were way out of whack, but maybe that has changed. But going back to the Ramos thing, I mean, it's still there. It's still open. He hasn't signed for anyone else. He hasn't, nothing's been ruled out. It's just ongoing. And I think Benfica are doing what they were intending to do, which basically wait for the highest figure they can possibly get for him, which is obvious. They're basically losing one of their, key striking striking players, and they're going into the Champions League. So, yeah, of course.
It does all sniff of what we've heard of. That we're waiting for these deals to be right for everyone, and for those windows to shut. I'm sure Ramos and his agent, would love to see those PSG rumors and stuff like that. But as a player who wants to play in the World Cup coming up, him going there would be ridiculous. And then it does look more like at the Premier League clubs. You look at some of the deals going through for other teams. Now it won't be Newcastle now. Most probably won't be Aston Villa. Because they're looking a bit tight on the ground, especially because they're looking for loans for Bedrag. So it just comes down to was it Wolves that's trying to sign Matey from Watford and that all fell through. So that, and it's a Portuguese club, Wolves. So it's quite a nice place for him to go, but it's getting to a point where you're like, I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, Mr. Mystery Light 9 has hit the nail on the head for me. I also go, we didn't get Cornet. I think he was one there to be had, but in the realms of the fact that we're being linked with James Garner, we've been linked with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. If we're in a situation where we are right now, in my mind, we're a striker down, because Brozier went back to Chelsea. And Shane Long is gone to Reading, basically played out his contract, and he's not featuring. So we are two strikers down, one striker down. Sorry, as it stands at the moment. So we kind of need to. I mean, if Shea's definitely staying, we're still down a striker. So I guess that is in the mind of the board, and they did say that we're going to be looking at a marquee striker, right?
I think I saw an Athletic thing earlier on that said that Southampton are really looking to push their budget on a striker, specifically an attacking player.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'd be really, if the Sports Republic making a really big statement after buying another club, last week, by the way.
Yeah.
I think they're looking to just really make some waves, and I think if they can get us just a good striker, just really make that marquee, Ramos would be amazing. After seeing those performances in the Champions League and obviously all the highlight reels that we've all been seeing, it is really exciting to see.
Yeah.
And looking at what else is out there, it's like I don't think anything's better than that.
Yeah. No, indeed. Yeah, the Tarkovsky thing. I mean, someone was saying earlier, I think Ben was saying, the club's going for Ramos, so it's between us and PSG. And
who would have thought we'd be
probably doesn't want him, so he's definitely coming to married.
Mbappe doesn't even want to run. Have you seen that clip of him not getting the ball?
No.
Oh my god, it's the worst thing, Mike. They're on the attack, and the ball's down the middle, and it doesn't get played to him. So rather than just carry on with the attack, just throws his arms off and walks off.
Really?
The play's still going. They've still got the ball. He can just run. He can just get in the box. But he's like, "Nah, I wanted that ball."
Wow.
Petulance. Who would have thought giving him that much money and that much power would make him the worst person in the world?
I mean, I wouldn't mind giving it a shot if someone wants to, Well, what's he on? Like $500,000 a week now?
Mike, if anybody gave me that money, I'd do whatever they wanted. I would score thousands of goals. I'd cheat to do it. I make sure.
I was really worried what you're going to say then, because Chris got our show demonetized last week, so I don't know. I was really worried where you're going to take it.
He does apologise for.
Does he? Okay. Those bots pick up on the rude words, don't they?
Yep. It's
Should we just have a bit of fun saying things that sound like rude words, but aren't? No, just not do that. It's a silly game.
I can't see how that would go well.
No. It would just mean me having to do a lot of online paperwork, which is boring. Don't want to do that. Member of the channel, Kieran, there's a detail as to how to join as a member below. Go check it out. Ralph has said in his presser today that Redmond looks like he's off. Hopefully another winger can come in before deadline. Yeah. I don't. Do you think we need to replace Redmond if he goes? Just in terms of the players who we brought in?
I think another winger coming. I mean, whatever happened to all the Hudson-Odoi talk? Because again, like, as good as Gineppo is, and as good as there is that bit on the wing where I think we can have a really good creative winger, and somebody can do a bit of business there. Yeah. And if you were to ask me, who would I want 3 weeks ago? Would it be Gineppo, Elyounoussi? I would want somebody else. I've been asking for someone there in that position for a while. So just because they've had a good few weeks doesn't mean that we shouldn't still get someone really good in that position. So if Redmond does go,
I'm not smiling at you. I'm smiling at Arrowhead's coming here. 2-0 Saints. All right, I'll put it up. He's basically spamming the chat section. So there we go. Score predictions were earlier, but it's fine. It's fine. But he reckons it's 2-0. They're all in there. 2-0. That's what I said anyway. 2-0. I'm with you. I agree. Sorry, where were you, Jack? It was distracting me. It's just going random.
I don't remember now.
Now they know how to distract me.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about wingers. I still think I think we need another winger now, like a really good one. Because Aribo is that kind of number 10, like sort of center attacking midfielder. We don't have an out and out good winger, someone that's going to get that ball into the box, someone's going to be creative. Gineppo is, maybe up there with it. Elyounoussi, Stu, they're all decent, but we need that good one. So I would have loved Hudson-Odoi to come in.
Yeah.
And if Redmond's going out, you think that's probably frees up a lot of wages, even if Hudson-Odoi was alone.
Yeah, I think it will be a loan if Hudson-Odoi comes in. It just depends what he wants to do. I mean, he was talking about he favoured a move to Newcastle, but I think Newcastle got plenty of plans, and they seem to be sort of putting their team together really sensibly. I kind of want them to
Aggravate
make
him.
a stupid signing like Man City did when he bought Robinho, and everyone, way.
Yeah, but everybody knows that you hate Newcastle. So
That's not true.
did you say Steve Bruce should have stayed?
That was only to wind them up, though, isn't it?
Did you say it though?
I
Did you say it?
I did, and I
Say
really
it.
wanted to say it in the vlog that we lost, and I would have put
I
it
know.
in. That
I
would have
know.
been so funny.
I know. And then
Could have ended it.
You were very mean about Eddie Howe last time.
No, I wasn't.
You've said some outrageous stuff about Newcastle, my
This
friend.
is outrageous.
I've got Newcastle friends that are like, yo, Mike's a bit much sometimes.
I don't know where to go with this. This is slanderous, outrageous. I'm annoyed that they're gonna not be in the little party that we have down at the bottom of the table. So yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of people that hate Newcastle because they don't like travelling so far. But Newcastle probably hate travelling so far south to play us
Mike's
as well.
two least favourite players are Paul Gascoigne and Alan Shearer. He hates them. He said they both ruined the sport for opposite ends of the spectrum. And say what you want. That's
Fun story.
One man's
'cause
opinion.
That's fiction. That's fiction. First time I saw Alan Shearer play, he was in a Southampton shirt. And he was playing with Latiz.
Whose testimonial was that?
Oh dear. Oh, don't know. No.
I saw an Air Florida shirt on sale today, and there was a part of me that did think, it was an XL. I think they were only charging 31 quid for it because they're foolish.
Yeah.
But I
Almost
didn't
the
I
mysteries
also didn't
They
trust it.
reminded me. They reminded me of it. Yeah. It was that. Yeah. There was a little bit like, not that their players were off clubbing, but I think James Maddison at Leicester was going off clubbing, and everyone was sort of getting changed in their cars, going into training. So there we go. Can we put that to bed? Can we get through this? It's fine.
Mike once said that John Joe Shelby is actually worse than Voldemort.
Right. Are there any other transfers that you want for us, or anything else going on elsewhere in the window? I think the thing for Fofana is a little bit fascinating. Chelsea have had a bid not backed of 70 million quid. Do you see that one getting on over the line?
I can't believe the money that people are asking for certain players. Fofana for 80. He didn't even play last season.
Mm.
He was out injured for most of it. So you're all going on the fact that they mainly got off of Leicester's defense was so bad last season, but they were all right with Fofana as in it, so that's worth 80 million. It's like, shut up. You people are crazy.
Young player with a lot of talent. I mean, the Cucurella one just seems nuts, but it's almost like Chelsea want a player now.
It is exactly what, like I said, it's the Cinderella thing. As soon as that clock turns midnight, those £80 million players turn back into the £15 million players they actually are.
Dean brings up an excellent point here. Fee for Gordon to Chelsea, absolutely crazy. 60 million quid. That he's a striker, and he hasn't scored. He scored 4 less goals than Shea Adams.
He turned up dressed like Pat Butcher day one of training.
Yeah, and somehow Gordon's worth 60 and Shea's worth 25. What's all that about?
I don't get it.
Ridiculous.
It's because Everton did so well in the league last. Oh, wait. It's not that.
Yeah, exactly that.
Not that.
Exactly that. Nice.
It's because they spend their money really. Oh, wow. No, that's not it either.
Look at that, Stuart. I saw Alan Shearer debut hat trick. Wow. The Milton End. The Dell. What a great stadium that was.
I don't know if I sent you a video that I found this week. It was Laurie McMenemy, Brian Clough, and Elton John talking about upgrading stadiums in English football.
Yeah.
It was great. The Dell was completely flooded. It was just an old geezer in an overcoat putting a fork into the ground, just hoping that'll do something. He's in knee-high water. And he's like, maybe this will work.
There's a fun story about me and Laurie McMenemy. I've probably told you this before, but I'll tell everyone on air now. I did a tour of the Dell years and years ago, and inside the Dell foyer was a model of what is now St Mary's Stadium, and it was down around the times of when Laurie McMenemy was doing the tours himself, or at least he was there to welcome us all as a group. And he said, "Does anyone have any questions?" And I said, "Yeah, this stadium here is like, when's this happening?" And he basically said to me, he said, "Well, the tricky thing is to pay for this stadium, we need to secure Premier League survival for at least 5 years to make it financially viable. Because if we don't go down, it's big financial issues." And I said, "Oh, you should do it anyway. It looks amazing." And then carried on with my tour. And then literally the first season we move into that stadium, we get relegated. So,
hey, second season, right? Second.
was it
2002, 2001, 2002 season opened.
Yeah.
So, and then we got relegated 2003, 2004, or 2004, 2005.
Yeah. Either way, it wasn't 5 years. So
it was. All right, so you could have warned us all then. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I think others had a closer involvement in the administration of in the issues of financial issues, but it wasn't just me. I was 8, so you can't really blame me for that. Just saying. Yeah,
I will.
there we go.
I will, though. I will.
Just about blame me for everything else. So, but that's so fun. Just thought you'd be interested. But it was pretty cool. Here we go. Got relegated in 2005. There we go.
Do you remember where you were?
I do. It was a very depressing Sunday afternoon. That was.
I was
not like that.
I was sat like under a table in the local Hungry Horse and just crying my eyes out, asking why Jamie Redknapp and Nigel Quasi couldn't do more for me. Of course they weren't going to do anything for you, you idiot.
Yeah.
Why isn't Graham Mustoe playing football? Because he stopped playing football like 10 years before that.
You could hide from football a lot easier than you can hide from football now. So it must be 10 times worse. There we go. Anyway, I think we probably exhausted the chat here this evening. I just want to give another shout out to the sponsors of today's episode, which are Fanslide. Go and check out the app. Link is in the description. As I mentioned earlier, during the game on Monday, someone won a £5 just by playing for free. So it's definitely worth checking out. Go and give them some support. Download the link. Download the app using the link below, and then you'll be able to join our league. And then when we're playing the app, you can play against us, and we can have a bit of fun.
I'll definitely be on it. I'll definitely be on it on Sunday. It's a good little pairing, isn't it? It makes the games really fun. Makes it more competitive and makes me more angry at football. So yeah, good times.
And we will be doing let me just double check when this actually is, because it's next Wednesday or Thursday. It's Wednesday next week. God, that's going to be a fun evening. So what we'll do is we'll be doing the watch along for Liverpool versus Newcastle using the Fanslide app. And then afterwards, should we just do an all-nighter and then just basically have a transfer deadline day show?
Oh, yeah, why not? I don't like my life anyway. Let's do that.
Exactly. So, the next watch along we'll be doing with the Fanside app will be Liverpool versus Newcastle. But go and download the app now via the link in the description, and you might see us playing it over the weekend as well. So you'll be able to join us for that one as well. Lovely stuff. But as always, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us for this stream. It's been great to catch up with you all, hear your thoughts and views. And we will be at the game at the weekend. It's an early kickoff. I think I'll probably have the mic outside the stadium. So if anyone wants a quick catch up before the game, that's where we'll be. But as always, remember, like, comment, share and subscribe. And me and Jack will see you in the next one. All right, see ya.
Bye.